Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Owl House Season 1 Episode 6 Hooty's Moving Castle, which is basically a reference to what was it called? Howl's Moving Castle. I never really seen it, but it's basically a reference to that. And we're gonna get to this clip right here in a bit. But it starts in the Owl House, where Ida is showing Luce her this card game that she's playing against her little animal that's on top of the staff, named Albert, like Albert, but it's an owl, Albert. And it's basically the reference to Texas Hold'em. It's Texas Hold'em, and basically it's kind of like an easy game if you like know what you're doing. And it's like, watch closely, Luce. When you seem like you're losing, you pull out the wild card, kind of like the Flip the Pig in Card Wars and Adventure Time. And then and then all of Albert's cards turn to ash, and it is a big fight. It says Ida wins. And then it's like, oh yeah, I win in her adorable little face, and then Albert espoused to her because Ida won, and and Lucy's like, oh wow, you're pretty good at this, and King's like, oh yeah, she's been like playing all day, and it's like, oh whatever, and feathers start popping out of her shoulder. Remember her curse, and they're like, oh, I need to go take my elixir, and then she opens her crate and she looked for an elixir and she like ran out of bottles. Ida's pretty lazy, so she didn't get any, and so she's like, oh man, like, oh, I ran out. It's like, and it's like this is bad, Ida, because if you don't take elixir, you can turn back to the owl beast, and she has a picture of it on her phone. Is you can turn back to this, and say, I know I should be probably disgusted, but I look pretty awesome, and the beast does look awesome. And okay, come on, I need to go buy some more of my supplier. And basically, they're just walking on the owl house, and basically he has she's like knocking on the gate. Hey, like, come on, Mr. Elixir, because that's like his name. I'm like, oh, open up, like I need to talk to you. And then Luce and King are just watching, kind of like in the what was it in the season 1 trailer. It kind of looks like them just watching people on the road, and it's like, oh, dude, look at these people, and while they're watching people, you see these like beast hunters kind of capturing these beasts, and in the he said, yeah, those are rough dudes. Like they're like, what did she say? Like they're like nomads that be beast hunters, where they find beasts and they knock them out and then they sell them. And then it kind of gives Lucy like an evil look, like the head of the beast hunters, and like, ugh. And again, what I was mentioning in what was it, episode 4, I think, the intruder, where I said there was a little thing of demon supremacy. I'm not sure if they go after demons also, but they go after beasts. So what if they hunt demons also? And the king's a demon also, so like like what's like the difference between a beast and a demon? Kind of the same, kind of where King's saying like a lot of people don't appreciate my kind, and like this, and they're kind of like wrangling this bullworm thing, and what this is like a demon, or maybe it's just a beast, or the same thing. Like in episode 4, it brought it up again, so I thought that was pretty interesting, the demon supremacy that's going around in the Boiling Isles. And after the head of the beast hunters give Luce that glare, she's like, ugh. And then the little guy, that's Mr. Elixir, he's like, oh, I'll just test some poisons. I'm not feeling too well, and he's like, I need more of this elixir. I ran out. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna check the back, but I don't know. And basically Luce meets up with Willow and Gus, and they look very sad. Like, oh, what's wrong? Who hurt my babies? And it's like, oh, Amity is holding a moonlight conjuring, and she didn't invite us. Basically, they had this thing where it's called Pinstagram, which is basically Instagram. The fact is that their way of communicating with each other is very similar to ours on Earth. because Lucy, is from Earth, the human world, and this bowling alleys, and they should be kind of different. How Love had that magic mirror compact. It is similar to a cell phone, but a lot of shows do like the magic mirror thing, kind of like Snow White, what I mentioned in the previous episode, episode 5. But they have a scroll which looks pretty cool. They do a spell circle, and the scroll comes out, pretty cool. But the fact that it's called Pinstagram, and it's basically Instagram, and they do hashtags and stuff. Is that 95 right now? Just, come on, be a little bit more creative. You did the magic mirror thing. That even though it's kind of like a cell phone, it was still pretty creative. The scroll, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of it. But anyway, and it says, "Oh, no dorks allowed," and they're doing this duck face stuff. Whatever, Instagram nonsense. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. What was her name? With the 3 eyes and the magenta hair. People mistake as pink, but it's magenta. He's like, oh, sorry, Willow, and your little boy, friend there, Augustus, can't join us because no dorks allowed. And Amity kind of did this backhanded thing where it's like, oh, leave her alone, and it kind of turned away. It's not her fault that she's like townless. And I have a little question about that. It's not her fault that she doesn't have any powers. Amity and Principal Bump and Luce were there while Willow took that portion of the school and grabbed Principal Bump. In the 3rd episode, it was a bad episode, but showed Willow's power. That's pretty cool. And Amity was there. I don't want to assume that she just forgot because she's not a dummy. I'm thinking because we soon learned something from Willow. We learned something from Willow about Amity that kind of proves my point, where I think Amity's parents kind of hushed up the situation because remember she was called Half a Witch Willow and stuff. That's still like a recurring thing, and all of a sudden half a Witch Willow, Willow gets all these powers and stuff, and is more powerful than Amity, and that's probably not good. So I'm thinking the Blight, that's her last name, Blight, parents sort of hushed the whole situation up and say it never happened. After Amity, of course, told her parents, like, oh, she took my #1 badge. I think they did just keeping it quiet the whole situation. That's why the rest of the backlink probably doesn't know about it, because Amity's not gonna bring it up that Willow kind of bested her abomination. She's not gonna bring that up. So. Okay, we kind of got a little hint of the Blight parents kind of keep it done situation about Willow. Well, that's interesting. At least that's what I take from it. But anyway, despite that realization, basically Amy said leave them alone. Basically, she's townless, whatever. And then Luce is what is this moonlight conjuring? Anyways, it's basically. And Lucy's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a slumber party. We had this in the human world, and yeah, if we bring something to life with moon magic, and it takes 3 people, so me and Gus and I actually can't do it alone. Hey, we're 3 people. I'm gonna ask Ida, and then we'll do this. We'll do this weird slumber party, and then the guy, Mr. Elixir, comes back to Ida. It's like, oh, Ida, why didn't you restock? And kind of same thing. Why didn't he tell her that she might be running low because he's her supply? But I'm assuming they're both kind of they go by their own whims, I guess, or they're kind of not that reliable. So I'm assuming they're just not reliable people. You need to get a new supplier, Ida. But anyways, and Luce is like, oh, Ida, Willow and Gus want to do this moonlight conjuring, and can I join it? Can I do the owl house? And it's like, I got, no, Luce, I'm sorry. 1, moonlight conjurings are stupid. 2, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on with curse and everything. I just don't want it. And she said that I gotta, because I forgot the whole thing about, is it Ida, if you want to risk it going to the night market, there's a person named Gavelhammer or something, and he has elixirs just like this, so the same thing. So go to him if you want to risk it. He's like, okay, I'll go. And he's like, I don't have time for the babysit you guys. And I'm gonna take King with me so he can prevent people from pickpocketing me, and he can pickpocket other people for me. So kind of evil thing. Yeah, she should do that, but she's Ida. But Anyway, and so like, oh, we can just do it while you're gone. Like, no, I don't want your friends here. I don't want to deal with all this stuff. Just don't do it. And he said, oh, okay. And Willow and Gus is like, oh, well, what did Edith say? And Lucy's about to tell them, and then it's like, oh, it's so cool that Edith is allowing you to do this. She's so awesome. The most powerful witch in the Bowling Isles is allowing us to do a moonlight conjuring. She probably did this all the time when she was a kid or something. And then she's like, oh yeah, of course she did. So she kind of lies, but I'm not knocking any points off it right now because I'm gonna get back to it in a minute. But basically we get to the owl house, and then like it's like, oh, like, you know, she has like her like cloak on, and like you know, she has her hair floopy, like going like off of her cloak, and basically, you know, she's like, he's like, oh, Lucy, you look nervous. Like, what are you doing? It's like, you always get nervous when you put in a hoodie. It's like, meow, not. It's, oh, whatever. And like, oh, where's King? I was like, oh, he's right here. Like, you know, he just like, you know, he dangles while he's like weightless, and he's like, meow, and like, he's, oh, he's so dangly, and I wish I could show that, but anyway, basically he's like, okay, bye, Lucy, like, babysit Hooty, bye, and then well, like I said, where Luce kind of said that Edith can allow them to do that, why were Willow and Gus hiding? It's, oh, we're sneaky sneaksters, or something like that. So they did know? Okay. So so Lu's kind of lying to Ida, like, about, like, you know, kind of breaking her trust a little bit, and now Willow and Gus kind of knew. So it's at 85 right now, just the whole thing. But anyways, okay, so come on, let's go in, and I want to play this. And I kind of like their little casual outfits. You know, Will's kind of wearing like a, what would you call it? Not a skirt, but like some type of shirt. And Gus is kind of wearing kind of like a, it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a pirate would wear. I don't know, again, pirate vibes for some reason. But he's like, this is like, and Hooty's like, oh, someone to tell my stories. And he's like, oh, hey. And Lily, oh, welcome to the living room. And, you know, and Willow and Gus are just taking him. This is their first time in the owl house. And basically, here's the thing where, Gus, this isn't your house. And you're kind of rummaging through, you're saying, oh, look, a human skeleton and stuff. And you're putting music as, oh, we got like eyeball chips and stuff, so they're gonna do the sleepover thing. And Gus is like, a bucket. Oh, I forgot to mention something that, because Gus said a bucket, he actually had a bucket list that said, oh, I want a human bucket. Another thing that was on the list, if I could show it, I would show it, but it was like number 3. It says, finish digging a tunnel under Hexside. So we're probably gonna see that. Gus was digging a tunnel for some reason, and like, oh yeah, that's my man. And like, is it okay? So like, how are we gonna do this? Okay, we need something to bring to life. And Will's like, it should be a first time should be special. Like, it should be something beautiful. And Gus wants to do this beef Bob action figurine. And Lucy's like, okay, we'll do that. And Will's like, okay, fine, because, you know, like, okay. And Gus is really excited, and like, you know, we all hold hands, and here's like another complaint in the episode.
You cute little man.
Pretty funny, but Lucy even said, I don't know the word. So why didn't I guess they were kind of a time limit, but you could say, oh, Lucy, we're gonna write down these words for you and just repeat them like after me, because like, were they, I don't know, like a big time crunch? because the moon was kind of moving slowly because they need like that moon to like activate like the figurine. So I don't think it was that big of a time crunch. So I'm trying to defend it, but yeah, I can't really defend it. The moon was kind of moving pretty slow. If it was moving pretty fast, I was like, okay, they're on time crunch. And so somehow 2 people managed to do it. They said they needed 3 people, but let's see, what score am I on now? Let's see the whole Pinstagram thing. You know, lying to Ida. Somehow Will and Gus knew they were lying or something. So that's 75 right now. So that's 75 because like, apparently they didn't have enough time to, you know, to tell Luce like how to work it, and like Hooty gets these glowing eyes, and they animated the house. And here's like the whole house moving castle, vibe, and like Hooty grew legs and. Like the tower is still in the ground, and like Hooty's just walking around. Because I think in the movie, or was it like it was like a movie I think where the castle kind of grew legs or something. I don't know, my rough understanding I guess. Spoilers I guess. And I guess it's like upside down. It's like, did the house just hiccup? And I guess like, oh, I have to figure, well, what did you do? And it's like. Oh, we kind of like animate the house, and Lucy's like, what? And then she kind of goes outside, and Gus and Willow kind of follow after her, and I want to play this.
Hooty! Hooty! Hooty, you have to stop! By the power of moonlight, I have risen, Hoot! He's in some kind of trance.
So like it's all by power of moonlight. I grew legs, Hoot, something like that, and basically Gus falls off and they grab his hands, and they Luce and Willow grabbed hands, and they they say, Hooty, stop, and then he almost walks off the cliff, and then it's like, oh, but we can like control it, and like and like the house is moving backwards and stuff, and then. Is that, oh yeah, by the power of the moon, we will be able to do this, and the power of friendship. Like, you need the power of friendship also. Oh, Hooty looks very creepy right there. And then what should we do? And Luce is like, either we should probably stay put. Like, we need to go back to the spot and put the the house back. And Gus like, we gotta walk in house. Let's go for a joyride. And and Luce is like, oh okay, fine, but like we need to. Like Ida will kill me if we don't put the house back. So Gus, this is in your house. He's doing like a lot of things. So it's at 70 right now because Gus cannot take a break. He wants like to break into Ida's house kinda, and because he didn't get permission to come in here. So didn't Will, but Gus didn't get permission to come in the house, mess with Ida's stuff. Now he's taking the house for a joyride. Gus, you need to stop. And like the demon hunter guy kind of like sees them, like sees the house, and we had the night market, and like very creepy looking, and like like more feathers appear in the Ida. Like, oh, the curse, and we need to find the elixir fast. And I'm gonna play this right here. So it's so it was Grimhammer actually, not Gavelhammer. Grimhammer is like it's the little guy in his eyeball just pointing that way, like and then someone just ate him or something or brought him in his mouth. Like okay. So you're gonna basically find that Grimhammer, and then we see Basha, and she looks pretty cute, and like and that's Basha. Like she was like making fun of us and stuff, and Basha's kind of having like a conversation with her mom. Is like. Yes, Mom, I'm going to Amity's mansion. She's really rich. I'm going to Amity's mansion to do moonlight conjuring, and Mom is kind of lame that she kind of want to go with me. and oh, like she spotted us. What are we gonna do? And Luz has like an idea, which is pretty funny. I want to play this.
Hey, you! You should, stop being so mean to people. You're kind of a jerk. Ew, a talking house is giving me a lecture? Whatever, I'll just TP you like I did with the rest of the neighborhood. But don't you see? I am no mere house.
And I like her voice too. And she's like, "Is it? Hey, stop being so mean to people. You're kind of a jerk." And is it? Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna TP you like the rest of the neighborhood. We didn't see the rest of the houses, so I kind of believe her. And he's like, "Oh, I'm no mere house." Rah! And Gus is kind of doing like a not an illusion spell, kind of like a Green Lantern thing where he's kind of making a megaphone appear, and because the Luz can like amplify her voice, and she just runs away screaming. And Willow has an idea that kind of, I guess, like, oh, a prank, the thirst fire now, let's do another one. And Willow's like, oh yeah, let's go show off the Amity, so then we see who's not powerful. And Luz is like, I don't know, we shouldn't do that. Luz is gonna kill me, and the moon's going down, so we should go back to the spot. And Gus like, oh, she Amity and this looks like a pretty cool picture. And like, oh, she updated her Instagram account, and
He's updating your Pinstagram. Shout out to my fellow witches. #humans can bite it.
obviously Amity is just trying to out to get her basically. And I'm just gonna leave it at that face right there. Anyway, she's okay. Let's do it because obviously Amity's trying to provoke her. Humans can bite it. And basically, anyway, the rest of the episode, should. And Will kind of wanted to show off to Amity with the house too. So, it's at like a 70 right now. It's just average right now. But anyway, Ida meets up with the Grimhammer, and his full name is like Tibbles something Grimhammer, and like he kind of looks like Wilbur. He has glasses, like a suit, and he's this pig guy, and he's like, oh, who are you? Oh yeah, I'm Grimhammer. It's like, oh well, I'm glad to see you here, but better time than ever because I need the elixir. And it's like, oh, I got it right here. Oh, okay, awesome. Like, I'll give you 20 sales. Both sales. I'll give you 20 snails for you. And it's like, well, just add two more zeros, and we got a deal. So basically, 20, 2 more zeros. Give me a minute. 2,000. Sorry. Really tired. Yeah, 2,000 snails. Are you out of your mind? And then she sees that Hexus Hold'em thing on the table. Is like, oh, hey, how about we do a little bet like with the Hex Hold'em? They've got those are just coasters. I was using that as coasters where obviously gonna be a hustle, but whatever. And he's like basically, if I win, you give me the elixir, and then if you win, you get to have something in mind. I was like, oh, okay, we'll take that bet. Luz, Willow, and Gus are basically rummaging through the forest, and the demon hunters come, and they kind of use what was it? They call it a crossbow, but it's actually technically called a ballista. But how are they supposed to know that? So they shut the ballista, I think that's what it's called, that across the house, and they force them down. And the demon hunter leader guy is like, "Oh, you guys are coming with me." Kind of tied them down, and basically it's like, oh, like, Hooty, you gotta stop. And it's like I wish I could play the clip, but he's like, the three must hold hands. It's the only way. Hoot hoot. And it's like she says like, something Diablo or something. She says something in Spanish. I was like, Mia, something. I forgot what she said. I don't have the clip with me, but basically the demon hunters come. He's like, basically kill these kids. And he's like, wait, you really want to do this? Oh yeah, I always want to kill kids, and just threw them off the cliff, like the assistant guy. And then their like rope is like on top of like a branch. It's like, oh, we're gonna die. Like the branch is like about to break, and Willow's like, oh, it's like, oh man. Willow's like, oh, I should just did what you said. Like the no moonlight conjuring. This is all my fault. And Willow's like, no, this is my fault because I never told you guys this, but the reason why I wanted to show off the Amity so bad is because we used to be friends. And Lucy's like, what? What? That's like a shocker. And it's like, yeah, basically we used to be friends when we were really younger, but she got her magic before me, and once she did that, she didn't want to be my friend anymore. And it's like, Willow, don't listen to Amity. She's very wrong. You are the second most powerful witch, to me, beside you. You're the most powerful witch that ever met, besides Ida. And then sorry Gus, and the end, Gus is totally fine with that, is because he's a witch too. He's a boy witch, but he knows he's not as powerful as Ida or Willow. So he knows. He's like, I know my position. Don't worry. I know what magic I can do. And he's like, who cares what Amity thinks? And like, you're right. And the branch is about to break, and Willow grabs onto a root, and basically they free. She kind of grabs onto the branch, and it glows green. And it goes back to the B plot with Ida and the Hexus Hold'em thing, where and the Tibbles pull out the wild card. And it's like, oh, you hustled me. And you said these things were coasters. And you don't get these elixir, and I get your little bone baby. And he's gonna model my clothes. He's like, what? And then he's like, oh no, I didn't think you were gonna be taking King. So she's gonna rescue him doing the spell circle thing, and she pops more feathers, and he does a spell circle and wraps Ida with a golden chain. And you don't think I know who you are, Ida, the owl lady. And the Emperor's Coven is gonna be here, and they're gonna pay me it was like 1 billion snails or something. So so they're gonna pay me a lot of money. And then and he's like worried now, and go back to the A plot where basically Will sort of fought off these guards kind of instantly. I wish it was more of a fight. Not too dynamic or anything, but just kind of. These are supposed to be these demon hunters, and he tries to do the electric thing, but she just grabs them. So it's at 65. I wish it was like a better action scene. They go back into the house, they hold hands, and we better get out of here. But the moon's setting, and we gotta gotta go. Get back to the B plot, and Ida is wearing it. King is wearing this little baby clothes, like a sailor outfit or something, with like a little hat. It's like, oh King, please help me get the elixir. It's like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna model baby clothes now. And he's like, I'm Luke King. I'm sorry for getting obsessed with this game. I'm gonna stop playing it. You're gonna eat it, trying to get rid of the habit. And I swear. And he's like, oh, okay, all right. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, bum baby. Forget it. I'm done with this. He took the chain off, and he's like, I'm gonna get the elixir. We're getting out of here. It's like, oh no, he kind of grabs King. It's like pulled him. It was very dark music. I was like, no, the Emperor's Coven's gonna be here, and you are gonna model my baby clothes, and there's nothing that you two can do about it. Ida kind of gets worried until the Hooty comes in, stomps on his stand, and that distracts Tibbles to drop King, and King getting the elixir and getting Ida to drink it, and she gets her magic back, and the feathers go away, and then she does a spell circle to get the chains off, and then And he's like, oh no, like, Bone Baby's supposed to be mine. I was gonna get the money. He's like, oh, sorry, Tibbles. Looks like you forgot about the wild card. He threw the cards in his face. Um, and he kind of is like, oh no, like, Tibbles, Trembly, or something. Grimhammer will have his revenge. You won't see the last of me. And like, this won't be the last time. And he just come laughing. I was like, wait, was that my house? What? And then she grabs King, and then put him in the harness, and Luce put down the house. They all put down the house, and the moon finally set, and Hooty goes back to normal. And he's like, whew, I'm really dizzy, Hoot. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Hooty. And then Ida closes the door. And Lucy, oh my, and she, oh, you are so busted. Oh my gosh. And like, you held the moonlight conjuring even without my permission. And the yes, and you animated my house. My house. And I'm so sorry. And then Will and Gus, being good friends, like, don't punch Luce. We pressured her into doing this. She didn't even want to do this. She just wanted to bring the house back. And Gus, like, eat me now if you must do it. You're gonna do it to her. Just eat me now. It's like, no, that's disgusting. If you're all guilty, so you're all gonna clean my house. Good punishment for them. And it's like, oh, that was totally awesome, Moonlight Conjure. You animated our house. I'm totally gonna join you next year. And it's like, oh, cool. And Will's like, oh, I'm sorry that I'm sorry we got into this mess. And Lucy's like, I'm sorry we didn't get to stick at the Amity. And Will's like, that doesn't matter. And basically, and King's like, I can't believe they animated an entire house. And it's like, yeah, that takes a lot of magic. And kind of staring at Luce, Willow, and Gus together. And that's the end of the episode. Trying to think if I kind of missed anything. So it's at it's a 6 out of 10. It's at 60%. I'm not sure if I said this, but the kind of like the Hexus Hold'em thing is kind of the Ida kind of develops in this episode, and like she's kind of saying, I'm not gonna play it anymore, which is kind of like a one plot device thing, which will be sort of okay for like sitcoms, kind of like Big City Greens, but this is like a story driven show, so so 6 out of 10. It didn't fail. It was close, but it didn't fail. There's a whole Pinstagram thing. Willow and Gus somehow knew that they weren't supposed to go into Ida's house. Luce lying to Ida. Gus rummaging through Ida's stuff. Gus wanting to do the joyride. Willow and Gus not teaching Luce like the words. Willow somehow beat all these the beast guys. And the whole thing about the was there something else? The whole Hexus Hold'em thing being a one plot device thing. So is that 6 to 10? Oh wait, sorry, that's not the end of the episode. Actually, Basha, I'm gonna reveal their names except for one of them because that comes up in a later episode. So basically, Basha, Cat, and I wonder, was there another one? There probably was, but I think I forgot her name. But basically, it was Basha, Cat, the girl that name comes in like episode 14 or something, 14 and 15. And then Amity kind of sitting very edgy on the window, and then Basha's like, oh my god, look at this. And kind of look at oh, they take a picture. Oh, who are these people? They animate an entire house. That is crazy. And they're like, what? Because they could have made a doll move. Like there was like a bunny doll, and they couldn't make it come to life. He's like, oh, who cares? Let's go back to what's important, like Pinstagram. But Basha was there, so she should know. But I think it was surprising that Willow was there. So, yep. So yeah, like I said, 6 out of 10. It almost failed. Wasn't average either. It was basically kind of like okay. It was the whole one plot device thing. Gus rummaging through Edith's stuff. Like basically stuff I already talked about. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Didn't fail. Next we like I said before, on Thursday and Friday is when I'm not gonna be doing like a videos for this week, is because I got stuff to do. But next week for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, hopefully I'm gonna get back to Amphibia. I know it's been 2 months. I'm sorry. That'll be episode 5 and episode 6. And next month, because it'll be May, the week after. That's hopefully I'm gonna do Big City Greens. So yeah, everyone don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. I'm gonna be here Thursday and Friday. All right, bye.